In this video, we're going to learn about rounding significant figures. So let's say we have 9.6. Now, in this video, we want two significant figures. So I could have 9.678, but I just want these two significant figures. Now let's talk about some terms here. So the 6 is the last significant figure. This is the number, this is the digit that we will possibly be rounding up or keeping the same. So this, I will call this the rounding digit. Now, how do we determine whether we round this digit up or keep it the same is by examining this adjacent digit, n. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. And so I'm going to call this the adjacent digit because n is adjacent to the rounding digit, so the adjacent digit. All right, great. So we want two significant figures for 9.6. Now let's say n is greater than 5. When n, the adjacent digit, is greater than 5, then we take the rounding digit, rd, and we add it by 1. So in this case, 6 becomes a 7. So if I had 9.66, well, the adjacent digit is greater than 5, then the rounding digit becomes 7. We add it by 1, so it becomes 9.7. And we want two significant figures, right? So it's just 9.7. So now let's suppose the adjacent digit is less than 5. So n is less than 5. So it could be 1, 2, 3, or 4. When the adjacent digit is less than 5, then we keep this rounding digit the way we just keep it the same. So the 6 is just a 6 at the end. So if I have 9.64 and I want two significant figures, well, this 4 is less than 5. The adjacent digit is less than 5, and therefore we just get 9.6 as our answer. Now it gets a little convoluted from here when we have the adjacent digit equal to 5. Okay, so let's say we have 9.6 and n is equal to 5, and therefore we have 9.65, right? And we want two significant figures, so we just want these two. So what do we do? Well, if the adjacent digit is equal to 5, right? Or I should say when the adjacent digit is equal to 5, if the rounding digit, rd, is equal to an odd number, then rd plus 1. If the rounding digit is equal to some even number, then keep rd, right? The same. Keep it the same. So then rd plus 0. Keep it the same. If we have 0, if rd is equal to 0, keep 0. Okay, so this is very important to memorize for when the adjacent digit is equal to 5. So when we have adjacent digit equal to 5, if the rounding digit is odd, right, if I have 9.55, then we add it by 1. So this 5 becomes a 6. So then we have 9.6. Okay, if the rounding digit is even, just going to erase this. If the rounding digit is even, So we have 9.6, and the adjacent digit is equal to 5. Then even just stays the same. So this 6 just stays as a 6. Therefore, we just are left with 9.6. Now, if we have 9.05, well, this is the rounding digit, right? We want two significant figures. When we have 0 for the rounding digit and the adjacent digit is equal to 5, then we just keep the 0. So then we just have 9.0. And these are two significant figures, right? This 0 is a trailing 0. There's a decimal point here, so it's significant. And that's it for this video on rounding significant figures.